welcome back, or if you are new here, hello and welcome. My name is Leah and this is my weekly Shop My Stash. This is for the week of January the 12th. I haven't done these in a little while just because I had some issues with my camera on my phone and it's too hard to, excuses, but anyway, I was getting frustrated filming on my other camera, so hopefully I fixed my phone and this works because everyone seems to really enjoy these videos. So I don't have any from last week to show you because I've just been since January pulling things randomly, and yeah, now I am back at it. And am I recording? Yes, okay. And now I am back at it, and I did, as usual, use random number generator to pick the palettes that I'm going to be using. So the first palette that came up with a random number generator, let's open this drawer right here, was the Makeup Revolution Integrity palette. Is that what it's called? Wild Animal palette, and this is the Integrity one. So I'll show you what that looks like in a few minutes. And then we also had the Ccolor Cosmetics Fairy Tale palette that came up. And then the third one that came up was by JCat Beauty, and it's the Extreme Access Pocket Shadow Edition. Okay, so moving on to this drawer, which is a little bit messy, but it's organized in its own way. I'm going to be picking a finishing powder, an eye primer, and a couple of concealers from this drawer. So let's start with a finishing powder. I don't have too many of them, but you know what? I'm going to use this NYX No Filter finishing powder. And for concealers, I am going to use I think I'm going to try this one, the Revolution Pro Ultimate Coverage one, as well as, let's see, this one's a little bit darker, so I want one that's a little bit lighter. I think I'll go with the e.l.f. Camo Concealer. This one is the shade, if I can hold it, this one is the shade C5, and it's more closer to my skin tone. And then this one is in medium sand, and it's a shade or two lighter than my skin tone. Okay, eye primers. Am I really going to pick one? Maybe I will, maybe I won't. Yeah, you know what? I think I'm going to forgo the eye primers because it really does depend on the shadows that I'm wearing. If I don't want to be committed to using one the whole week. I mean, I know it's my collection. I can always switch it out. But sometimes different eyeshadows, sometimes this is the one that just needs to be used because even though it's got a really tacky base, sometimes it's hard to blend things out. Shadows last the best with this one. But yeah, I don't think I'm going to pick eye primer this time around. Okay. So moving on to the next drawer where we have our blushes, bronzers, and highlights. You know what? I do want to pick this one, the Chocolate Heart. I haven't used it in a while. This is one of my favorite bronzers for this time of year because it is, it doesn't work for me in the summertime, so we'll use that one. And let's see. I am going to pick one of these. These are the Makeup Revolution ones, and I don't normally gravitate to liquid highlighters, but Emily Noel was raving about these, and I did use this pink one called Ethereal before. It's absolutely beautiful, and it did actually work pretty well on my skin. It showed through the powder and stuff like that. So, which one? I don't really want to use the Ethereal one right now. What one do we have? Here we have Liquid Gold, or Lustre Gold, and we have Liquid Rose. I think this one looks a little darker, so we'll go for a cream one today. We will use the Lustre Gold. I'm pretty sure that's what it was called. And then for blushes, I usually like to pick two, so we will go with I'm going to pick this red one here. This is in the shade Pop My Cherry by Makeup Revolution. This is new to my collection, and I want to use it a little bit more. That is very bold, so we will pick more of a neutral one as well. So we will go with I think this time we'll do the Wet n Wild in Apricot-In-The-Middle. Yeah, we will pick a highlighter. Let's see, what should we go with? Decisions. It's so hard. There's too many. Okay, because it's January and it's not snowing, it's raining and like 13 degrees Celsius here, we'll go with Snowflake. And that is more of a white one, so then we will pick more of a different colored one. This is a newer one for me from Colored Raine, so we will try this one, and this is in No Flash Needed. And now I'm going to pick a face palette. Let's see, what do we got here? Okay, you know what? I think I'm gonna pick this one. This is by Wet n Wild as well. It's Fair Trade Coffee, and don't mind the noise, my children are fighting. It has different highlighters and a different blush than what I've already picked, and the bronzer is a little bit deeper, so if I feel like I need a little bit more, I can use this one. Okay, so these are what the eyeshadow palettes look like. This is the Makeup Revolution Integrity palette. It's got a lot of those bold colors in there. It's got mattes and shimmers. It's a really beautiful palette, and I'm really looking forward to using it this week. On the opposite end kind of the color spectrum, this is more of a pastel muted color story, but this is the Ccolor Cosmetics Fairy Tale palette. It is a dupe for the Too Faced Clover palette. And then we have this one over here, which is much more neutral, and it is the JCat Beauty X-Treme Access palette. So the rest of my face products, this would be the Apricot-In-The-Middle by Wet n Wild. That's the blush. This is the Chocolate Heart by Makeup Revolution, Revolution Beauty. I love chocolate, whatever brand they're going by, or whatever. Likewise, from the same brand, this is the Snowflake Heart Highlighter. This is the Colored Raine highlighter. This is the Wet n Wild's ColorIcon Fair Trade Coffee face palette, and this is the Makeup Revolution. Wow, it looks super red in this lighting. This is the Makeup Revolution blush, and then the other things, again, there is this, which is, can we get better lighting on it? We have this, I'm not sure how well that will show up in the light, but it's like a light gold. And then we have some powder and concealer. And that is everything that I am going to be using in my Shop My Stash this week. Let me know in the comments below if you do Shop My Stash and what you're using this week. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Bye-bye.